Now, when you're producing quotes, job cards, and invoices, there are some standard boxes on there that you can put your terms and conditions in to personalise them for yourself. And they're set up in the documents section here. So if we go to documents, a standard forms text, this will open up and it'll give you the first two boxes on the left here: a quote service group text box 1, quote service group text box 2. Now, where you find these forms, where these boxes display their information, if I just look at a client record, and we look at Mr. Simmons' client record, if we go to the quotes section, when you're printing a service quote off, so we click the service quote button, we've got a report ID here. And this is where each of these reports in here will have that text that's in those boxes. So if we use the landscape large as the example, let's just put some information on here to display. Click report and preview that on the screen. This is the print preview for that report, and these are the two boxes that we're adding the text to. So this is the quotation that you're going to present and leave with the client, and these are the two text fields that you can add information to in that setup area there. So if we just close that down and close the client record. So that's service group text box 1 and service group text box 2. That's where you'll find those. The next one's at the right hand side that says quote text 1. Now where you'll find that is again in the client record. So I'll just open the client record. So I've got a client record on. That's on the quotations tab here. And there's some extra forms that you can produce about quotations. So there is one form in there that adds all the items onto the same sheet rather than quoting separately like the service quote does. So if you have a look in here, and you'll find that that is displayed. So if you, for example, to open this one, we can preview this on the screen. And we'll see that's the text box that appears here. So if I just zoom in a little and scroll down, you can see that that's the text that's going to appear there. So you can put your standard terms and conditions on for this particular quotation format that you can print out. So if I just close that down, so that's the forms that are accessed from this forms button here. So coming back to the standard forms text entry system here, next one on here is the job details. So this is the text that appears in the standard box on the job section of the client record. So if I just bring the client record on again, we've got that there. We go to the jobs tab, and these are the ones where when you click in the print job card section here, so we click the drop down box and these items in here, and let's for example show you this form. Again, we'll preview this on the screen. And this is the box that the information will appear in there. Again, I'll just zoom in and confirm that for you there. You can see that's the text box there. So if you look in any of these reports, it does actually say to edit this text goes to the reports menu, forms text and job detail text 1. So it tells you on the form where you need to go to edit this. So the last one in here is invoice details, and as you would imagine, that's available on the invoicing section. So I'll just bring the client record on again. So if we now go to the Invoices tab, and again this button here where we're printing something, if we look at print invoice A as an example, oops, I've not selected an invoice, so we need to select an invoice. Preview this on the screen as before, and that's the box that's on the bottom there, so the text that you put in there will appear in there. So that's pretty straightforward. We close that down, close the client record down. So that's the quote service group 1 and 2 boxes, the information that appears in the box on the quote, on the job, and on the invoices detail.